Let's do this. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Traders Podcast. We are back again to cover some live price action here on AMC. I got myself a good lunch. Had a meatball sub from Subway. Wasn't too bad at all. It's been a day. We've actually got quite a bit to cover. There's quite a bit that's happened here in the last 5 hours that I want to talk about. So we're going to look at the price action here on AMC. There are a couple different things that I want to show you guys. There was a hit piece that came out today from Market Watch talking about AMC giving it a $1 price target. I want to talk about that overall. I want to talk about the price action here and the selling that's happening here on AMC and give you an explanation as to what I think is going on with the AMC sell-off, this short ladder. We're going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough on what this means, and then we're going to talk about the overall silver situation, right? So what's going on with silver? What's the deal with silver? What's naked shorting? We've got so much to talk about, guys. I've got a lot that I'm excited to bring to you guys' attention. And before we get into the video, I'm going to ask for two things. First off, drop a like because we like this stock. That is the only reason. I just want you to like the video if you like this stock. And secondly, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I have to say that right off the bat. So, I'm going to read off some comments here before we get into the video. Trey Gang, welcome Jesse. Good to have you here. AMC, hold, buy more. Tribe Sid. My funds did end up settling, so I did buy more AMC. My current position is 189 shares at a dollar cost average of 1031 on Webull. And then on Fidelity, which is in the process of being transferred over to my account right now, I do have a total position of 150 shares at a dollar cost average of 1310. So a little bit higher there for the Fidelity account, but not too bad. I'm not too mad about it. Come to SoCal, San Diego for the best Mexican food. All right. Yeah, maybe someday, man. I've been to SoCal once. I did not mind it whatsoever. Louis, I thought you were getting off. I did get off for a little while. I'm back, though. We're back in business. We got to cover the price action here happening on AMC. So I do want to show you guys a couple of things. The first thing that I want to talk about here is the overall price action that we're seeing in relation to what has been going on with Twitter and Market Watch. Now, check this out. I want to show you guys a hit piece that came out from Market Watch, and I did end up retweeting this on my Twitter page, and I'm going to show you this really quick. So let's just take a quick read on what this means and why I think this is relevant. And I do want to show this to you guys because of that. So check this out. AMC stock is now a sell with a $1 price target, says MKM Analyst. And let's just check out this article, right? I want to read this to you and show you how ridiculous this is. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe anybody would even believe this. So check this out. AMC Entertainment stock now a sell at MKM as analyst price target drops to $1. And I'll tell you right now, $1 is never, ever, ever going to happen. This could be shorted to the freaking shadow realm. It is not going to hit $1. AMC bankruptcy has been avoided as skyrocketing stock price led to capital raise, but at the cost of diluting shareholders by 75%. And I'll describe that in just a second. And that's actually not the fault of shareholders. That's the fault of hedge funds and institutional buyers. But we're going to get into that in just a second. That's absolutely outrageous. So let's read this. AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated stock has decoupled from fundamentals and should be sold, according to MKM Partners analyst Eric Handler, who said the stock could fall to $1 this year. Now, that's absolutely bogus right off the bat. I'll tell you right now, if we look at the charts here, there's no possible way that this ends up touching $1, because if we look at the last year, when this company was struggling as the worst that they possibly could have been struggling, the lowest we've seen is 191. Back here, we saw it down at 206. Back here, we saw it down at 195. Absolutely no possible way that we see this touch $1. Last 5 years, we haven't seen this touch $1. Max time. We look at this on all the time that AMC has existed. This has never touched $1. This stock will not touch $1. I can 100% guarantee you this stock is not going to touch $1. So right off the bat, that's the most outrageous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I honestly read that article and I lost my mind. I was like, you gotta be joking. I retweeted that instantly. If I had to show you my tweet quick. You're trying to tell me people are supposed to take a $1 price target serious when the stock was trading at the lowest point in the last year at 191? Pitiful attempt at fear-mongering. Weakness disgusts me. Buy and hold AMC. And I want to come back to this article and just read a little bit more. The stock AMC plus 4.75% rose 81 cents or 6.1% in afternoon trading Monday, but paired earlier intraday gains as much as 30.1%. Trading volume ballooned to 353.3 million shares, making the stock the most actively traded on the New York stock exchange. And this stock has seen a lot more volume than that. I'll tell you what, if we look at the most volume that the stock has seen, it's 1.2 billion total shares. So that the information they're presenting in this article right off the bat is just ridiculous. I can't believe that they're supposed to expect anybody to take this seriously to begin with. Although the stock has soared 4.63 or $4.63 or 53.7% on Friday, it has now recovered just 48% of the 11.27 or 56.6% plunge it suffered last Thursday after the Robinhood trading platform restricted trading in some stocks. Which I can't believe they're using this as the reason as to why this stock is tanking. Yeah, okay. We're gonna believe this. We're gonna believe Robinhood trading platform restricting trading in some stocks is the reason this is happening. BS. That is such crap. There's no possible way that is the reason why the stock is tanking. We all know what's happening. We can all look at the data. Here. So let's just pull this up really quick. We're going to pull up Fintel, and we're going to look at the AMC short interest. And this tells you the entire story that you need to know. This is such crap. I can't believe that they look at this. 147 million total shares of short volume. On January 29th, this is updated. Short volume ratio of 24%, 600 million total market volume. That's insane. And you can see right here, these hedge funds are doubling down on their losses. And that is exactly what happened today. So for them to come out and say that the stock is plunging because Robinhooders were restricted from trading, okay, all right. That is the most pitiful excuse of fear-mongering that I think I've ever seen. That's outrageous. So this whole article, just to basically sum it up, is another attempt by the media, the hedge funds, to work together and scare people out of their shares. I'm telling you right now, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You just have to assume that I know nothing I'm talking about. But this is not true. There's no way the stock is going to hit $1. Don't let that scare you into selling your shares. If you believe in this movement and you truly 100% think that this is worth investing into because of the cause, right? Because you don't believe in what the hedge funds are doing, I think that you need to hold your stock, man. Man and woman, if you're a gal. But this is outrageous. This is the most ludicrous thing that I think I've ever seen for a hit piece. $1? Come on, that's such BS. It's outrageous. And I want to show you guys another thing here. So if we pull up Ortex, I'm going to show you the days to cover. And I covered this earlier, and I think there may have been a little bit of confusion as to what I was talking about here. So I want to show you what overall short interest basically means. So I'm just going to describe this to you really quick. So basically, to sum up what overall days to cover means, right? So if we pull up AMC right now, well, that's not right. AMC right now on Ortex. I'm going to show you guys the days to cover remaining. And basically, days to cover, after I show you this really quick, we're just going to pull up the details. It's absolutely insane. This makes no sense whatsoever. So short or days to cover is divided by the short interest divided by the average daily share volume. And if we look at the days to cover right here, it's 0.80, which means that people in shorts right now they're in a pinch. And basically what they're doing is they're trying to extend their timeline here, because we know that their interest rates are extremely high right now. They're looking pretty rough. We know that they're in a pinch, so they're doing every possible thing that they can to save their butts. They're freaking out so bad right now. It's absolutely insane. It's so crazy. And we see this in plain sight right now. Look at this overall short ladder. Basically what's happening right here is big hedge funds are selling and buying back and forth to each other in an algorithmic way in order to create selling pressure that doesn't exist. And I want to show you guys something else as well. You've probably seen this floating around, this term, naked shorting. And you might not know what this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up and explain to you what naked shorting is, because that is exactly what's happening with GameStop, and it's exactly what's happening with AMC. So naked shorting, first off, is illegal, and we are seeing this happen right in front of our eyes with both GameStop and AMC. And I want to show you guys just a quick update on the price action before we get into this. But currently we're trading at $13.77, have been in a pretty harsh downward channel. And basically, naked shorting is creating shares that don't exist. So let's just read this quick. Naked shorting is the illegal practice of short selling shares that have not been affirmatively determined to exist. Ordinarily, traders must borrow a stock or determine that it can be borrowed before they sell it short. So naked shorting refers to short pressure on a stock that may be larger than the tradable shares in the market. So essentially, it's creating shares that don't exist. It dilutes the overall shares. It creates selling pressure that doesn't actually exist. It ends up it ends up altering the stock price, diluting the stock price because there's more shares floating around. It can actually wreak a lot of havoc on the company and create strain for actual management and people there. It's insane. This is crazy stuff. So I wanted to describe all that stuff to you so we can get up to date on what is happening today. Why is this happening? And that's not even talking about the silver debacle, which we can get into here later if you guys like. But I wanted to start off by talking about all of that so that you are up to date with what is happening with this AMC situation. I'm done ranting. I'm going to call it there. We're going to start reading some of these comments. I just wanted to get that off of my noggin. Intervals, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Love all you diamond-studded fools in AMC and GME. Me too, my friend. It's good to have everybody here. Another good thing about Webull is you can turn off stock lending. That is a good thing. I'm glad that you brought that up, Travis. That is an important factor. If we look at the level 2s here right now, there's such crazy imbalance. This is market manipulation at its finest. Look at all these buy orders compared to the sell orders, right? We have pretty even Steven buy and sell orders, and most of the time there's more buy orders than sell. So what's going on? Stock price isn't moving. Insane amount of volume on the day. Insane amount of volume. It's crazy. Which day exactly these big investors will be covering their options for AMC? Some people are saying that it is now on Wednesday and at the latest Friday. This can extend for more days or weeks or good question, man. Good question. So Rodrigo Sabatini basically is asking when this squeeze is going to happen, when the shorts are actually going to have to finally cover. And what this comes down to is they keep doubling down on their positions so that they can hopefully make back their losses. They're naked shorting, which essentially means that they are creating shares and diluting the overall shares. And it's illegal practice, by the way. They're not supposed to be able to do this, but we're watching it happen anyways. They're creating shares that don't exist in order to help cover their butts, dilute the shares, create unnecessary and basically fake selling pressure, which we did see here today. And this can extend the process in which they have to cover. So I anticipate, and I will make an update on this after there's new information released, but I anticipate that you're going to see a new days to cover that may be above 0.8. Just because of the immense amount of short selling that we've seen take place today. Absolutely crazy. Holding to the grave or the moon. I'm with you, Philip. Yeah, man. I'm in it for the ride. I was able to buy more shares today. As I said, I'm currently sitting at 189 total shares at a position dollar cost average of 10.13, and I'm pretty happy about that. Patty, thank you for the donation, my friend. I do appreciate that. Patty's over the Discord. I do appreciate you coming on out. I'm pumping your vid on Facebook. Great info, Trey. Hey, thank you, Walkus. I appreciate that, my man. That means a lot to me. I genuinely enjoy doing this and speaking with all of you. I try to give you the most relevant information that I possibly can. Zome? I think Zome had a pretty good day today, didn't it? So if we pull up Zome on Webull, yeah, it came all the way back up to $1.13. It was barcoding for a little bit today, but did see a pretty nice little run up back from this 87 cent mark. I'm going to zoom this out. Yeah, barcoded for a long time. So this is traders coming in and basically scalping the stock, buying and selling repeatedly with an algorithmic system. Pretty crazy. Yeah, but Zome had a great day today. It's up 19%. Not bad. The volume is up right now. It's higher than it has been for a minute. It's even higher than when we saw the initial pump at the beginning of the day. As far as entrances go, if we adjust the overall Fibonacci retracement, we can see that a pullback to 61.8% did momentarily happen. It's barcoding pretty bad right now, though. The price action on this is a little ugly. I love Zome. I think Zome is a great play. And if you can get into this near or under $1 and hold this until March, you're going to see this be a $4 or $5 stock. I think it has a lot of potential to be set up like a JagX or BNGO. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate you, my friend. Pump this channel everywhere now. I appreciate that, Ronald. Hey, Trey, are you worried about AMC? Comes from Robert. Robert, that is a great question. Part of me, sometimes, I mean, we can't sit here and pretend that it's not nerve-wracking to watch the stock drop from $17 all the way back down to $13, We're only up 2% on the day, and at the height, we were up, I don't know, 20, 30%. There's an immense amount of stupid, ridiculous selling pressure that shouldn't exist because of naked shorting and illegal practice by hedge funds creating shares that don't exist, working through market makers to manipulate the market and create basically fake selling pressure. It's insane. We've got this going on. We've got the overall silver debacle going on, which was actually never pumped by Wall Street Bets, in case you're wondering. That was basically something that existed back in 2008 to 10, the silver shorting situation, and they're just bringing this back up to distract people. It's insane. I'm holding AMC. the price action, if I think about the dollar sign, right? Maybe that's one thing, but I personally don't feel that nervous. If you got into this play back when I presented it to the channel, it was $4. So you would have been able to get into this in a point in which there's really no risk for you, right? I was able to present this back before it was, being pumped by WSB. So most people on the channel that have been here for a while know that the risk for them is not extremely high, unless you've dollar cost averaged up, in which case maybe you're looking at, a $10 average, right? So I bought into this initially at $4.50 on Webull, and I've averaged up a couple of times with some different deposits and stuff. So just to give you a quick breakdown on the price action here, we did just have a break underneath a level of support. We did have a level of support over here at about $13.61. We're waiting to see if this was a false break. And if it was, you should expect a wide range green candle bar to poke back up here above that support line. But it does look like short sellers are still in full force. And look at this, guys. Look at the crazy level 2s here. How does this make sense at all? It doesn't. Look at all these big buy orders coming in. Look at the amount of volume for buys compared to the amount of volume for sells. That is insane. That is just straight up market manipulation at its finest. It makes no sense. I saw BlackBerry mentioned here, so I will pull up BlackBerry real quick. BlackBerry has had a pretty decent day. It got hammered down pretty hard, at market open, brought all the way back down to $12.73. My analysis is that some shorts were trying to cover. I believe if I pull up the Fintel information available to us, that hold on, let me just pull this up. That BB had a pretty decent amount of short interest at a actually reasonable dollar cost. Well, actually, I think this is on Market Watch. So Market Watch. BB short interest. I think it was market beat, but we'll just change that real quick. So if we pull this up real quick, $14.65. So most likely, anybody that was shorting this stock was actually able to get out and make a profit. So that was probably an attempt to save some butts. I wouldn't be surprised at all. KIQ. Gap up to $6 from $1. Well, I don't know a lot about this stock, to be honest with you. I'll look at this on the 1 month chart quick, and it's seen a lot of volume here. I mean, if there's a catalyst behind this, I wouldn't be surprised. But that's a pretty hefty jump. KIQ Kelso Tech, railway equipment supplier that produces and sells tank car service equipment used for the safe loading, unloading, and containment of hazardous materials during transport. Huh. It's a pretty niche market. I could see it doing something, but the volume is up, which is good. It is an overbought territory, so you're probably going to see some sort of pullback here in the future with KIQ, would be my guess. So if we just pull this up really quick, based on previous pullbacks, it's going to be probably pretty harsh, but I guess I don't know for sure. It's going to depend on the catalyst, right? So it pulled back last time and held decently, at 78.6. It did end up bleeding a little bit more than that, so If you feel pretty strongly about the overall short interest in this stock, that'd be a different story. But I think there's better plays out there right now, my friend. AMC going down. We'll check this out on the 1 minute. So it's actually hanging out okay right now. So this might have been a false break. We're looking for a nice wide range candle bar to come back in and step up right here. So we do have a lot of volume coming in on the green side. A lot of the bids, not as many asks. So that is something that I'm noticing right now on the level 2s. This break is pretty outrageous. It's an immense amount of shorting pressure, which is insane. And what's frustrating about this is it's illegal. Naked shorting is not legal. This shouldn't be possible. You can't create shares that don't exist. You can't. Right now, there's so much freaking selling pressure on AMC, and they're diluting the basic cost and the share value because of this. It's insane. Hey, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video if you like this stock, because I like this stock. I don't know about you guys. That would mean a lot to me. That is all that I ask, is if you like this stock, you like this video, my friends. Thank you so much. Bio is barcoding pretty bad today, but I like Bio a lot as a play. This is actually $1.10. It's a pretty decent day. I mean, it's only down 2%. That's not the end of the world. In terms of the overall growth, it's still in an upward moving channel, and we did see a bounce off of this ascending level of support, which is typically a good bullish sign. That's a good bullish indicator. And it is squeezing down on price action overall. So keep in mind that everything going on in the market right now is going to affect the stock price here. But I anticipate sometime in the after hours or the pre-market, you're going to see either a push above this ascending trend line or a push beneath this descending level of support. Most likely, you'll see a push above this ascending trend line because we do have a double level of support here sitting at $1.02, as well as, about $1.04. So I find it very unlikely that you don't see this keep pushing. And right now, it's at $1.10. It has been growing, even though it's barcoding. It's not the end of the world. We're all going to be left bag holding. Man, come on. We gotta have good vibes here. Obviously, a good exit strategy is important, right? We want to have an exit strategy in place with AMC. And to me, you'll know when the AMC situation is done, when the news and media stop covering this stock and you stop seeing hit pieces come out and you stop seeing these distraction posts, right? So like there's a huge influx overall in short articles coming out right now. And that is an attempt, in my opinion, to distract people from what's going on with AMC and GME. Speaking of GME, let's pop over here and just look at how this is comparing to the AMC price action. And it's very, very similar, guys. Very, very similar. So we're seeing the same exact thing happen right now. Huge short ladder on the way down, followed by a small rally, followed by a little more short ladder selling. Look at this overall volume, guys. That signifies, I don't understand how that's possible. It makes no sense. Sandollar, thank you for the donation, my friend. Trey, remember what I said? Citadel earns 40% of Webull's earnings, and they have bailed out hedge fund managers when they had to cover calls. And they bailed out hedge fund managers when they had to cover calls. Oh, yeah. Citadel earns 40%. I didn't know that. Man, I remember you saying that now, but Citadel is... On the bright side, maybe it was Citron, but it's a frustrating situation, man. There's so many hedge funds out there, and honestly... I'm interested to see how SoFi ends up working out. That's a brokerage platform that I'll probably look into more in the future. But as things sit now, I have no issue whatsoever with continuing to hold on on my situation here with Webull, because at the very least, Webull didn't close out my positions in my accounts, which I am very grateful for, thankfully. So AMC, if we zoom in here, did see a nice wide range candle bar. So some buying pressure step back in. So that's good. Talk about Naked and BB, please. Naked has an immense amount of short interest. What do you think of it? So Naked is a stock that I think did, I thought they did better today. I'm surprised. I thought they had, they pulled back, didn't they? Yeah, so Naked had a huge run up in the pre-market, I think. A little bit of a gap up happened. And they pulled back a little bit now. So if we look at the 5-day, yeah, so what we can see is they ended up breaking this top trend line, false break, came back down. This could be the beginning of a cup and handle formation. So right now we're seeing this nice little dip, this round dip. And if we see a smaller one form right here, that's typically a bullish indicator, an ascending George W, which is a double bottom. Typically a nice bullish indicator. So that's what we're looking for with Naked. I think the Naked, as you were saying, does have a pretty decent short interest. I am going to pull this up really quick and just take a quick peek at this on Fintel. So Fintel, Naked short interest. Tyler Snook, thank you so much for the comment and the donation, my friend. I went to Fort Knox with Tyler Snook. That's cool stuff. I sold my AMC, sticking with Sundial. Sundial's not doing bad. It's been cranking right now. If that's where you want to put your money, man, there's no shame in that. No shame at all. Sundial's been crushing. But Naked does have a high amount of short volume, 130 million total shares, 28% total short volume ratio compared to the market volume of 473,000 as of January 29th. And most people did cover their short positions here, right? We did see 580 million total shares. I'm interested to see what Sundial's short interest looks like, if this is up or down. I'm assuming because we've seen a pretty decent run today that a lot of people have covered. Short volume of 255 million compared to 1 billion in market volume, 25% short volume ratio. And quite a few have covered, but only about half, right? So there is more potential here, I think. Wouldn't be surprised. As far as BlackBerry goes, I will pull up BlackBerry quick. BlackBerry is a better mid to long-term hold stock. Don't be concerned with the fact that it's getting kind of beat up right now, because BlackBerry is actually a good company. They have a lot of potential. I feel great about where this could go. In terms of pullback, I mean, we did stair step a little bit. This previous level of resistance is now acting as support, so that's a good sign. I do like to see that. But they got beat down pretty hard. A lot of short selling, a lot of profit taking. They are up 4.47% on the day as of now, though, so it's not bad. I still hold a position in BlackBerry over on my Fidelity account, and I will continue to do so. I think in the next couple of months, you could very easily see this hit $40. Neg, thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate that. My name is Neg Garsuk, big fan from Ukraine. We have a group here dedicated to your plays. Dude, that's sick. Thank you, my friend. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Wasn't CTRM supposed to squeeze? So we'll pull up CTRM quick. So CTRM had a very nice run up here in the pre-market. It pulled down. It first initially had a nice gap up, and then I think this would have been 6 a.m. So yeah, 6 a.m. CST, pulled back really hard and ran up to about 75.9 cents. But it's not doing bad right now. The situation should about remain the same, right? There's not really an opportunity for shorts to cover here. The total short volume still exists because we closed the previous day at 61 cents. And we haven't really seen that yet, right? We pulled back to 64 cents. There's no possible way that they could have covered to break even unless they took a loss, right? We don't know for sure. But based on what we're seeing right now, I think the potential is still there. It's doing good. It's up 11.86% on the day. We can't be mad about that, you know? I'm not upset with that whatsoever. Gonna come back to AMC really quick and just take another peek at what's happening here. So AMC did have that nice wide range candle bar, but it is pulling back with a little bit of selling pressure once again. We do see some long wicks here on the top of these candles as it sits right now. But these last few have had some wicks on the bottom. So we might see buyers start to step in again. I'm going to drop a quick descending trend line and just get an idea of a level we might have to break. And that is likely going to be right about here. So we're looking to break this level of descending resistance. And if we can break that on AMC, I would expect a push to a previous level of support, which is likely going to be acting as a level of resistance right around here at $14.05. Keep in mind, we are still green on the day, and every single day that this ends green is a step towards the right direction, right? So any opportunity that we have to keep pushing the price up, to make shorts have to cover higher and higher and higher, they can keep shorting the stock if they want. But if the stock does end up keep climbing in price, they're just putting themselves into a deeper hole, and the end game is still the same. It's just being drawn out. So that's my personal opinion. Cicero says, I think AMC's dead, man. I ain't trying to wait till Friday again. That's up to you, man. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I'm going to be holding my AMC. I have no problem whatsoever in waiting this out. I pretty firmly believe in where this is going to go. What are the odds of Facebook coming back to 270 tomorrow or Wednesday? Facebook. So I think what happened with Facebook is you're seeing some of these big institutions pull out of their funds right now to help cover their losses in AMC and GME. And GME is still getting beat down just like AMC is right now because of this whole situation. But Facebook is no surprise whatsoever because this is a pretty safe investment, right? We know what Facebook is. We know why they grow every year. And that's why people typically put their money in here so they can set it and forget it, right? But we are seeing some pretty big buyers step out of Facebook right now so they can come back later and make back their losses at AMC and GME is my speculation. So to see this come back to 270, it might be possible. Let me level off some support and resistance here. We do have a nice level of resistance sitting at 272, but we are a little ways underneath that right now, so that might take some time. Johnny, thank you for the donation, my friend. Rinse and repeat with Zohm or just hold. So with Zohm, you can definitely rinse and repeat. There's no shame in that whatsoever. Zohm is going to be a play that really starts capping out once we get closer to March. So if you want to rinse and repeat with Zohm, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. We've seen it repeat a pattern multiple times in the last month. We've seen it come up here to $1.48, come back down and be pretty well respected by this level of support at 84 cents. Tested 136, respected this level of support. Retested 135, respected the level of support. And now it's up here to $1.13. So you can keep rinsing and repeating. I don't see an issue with that whatsoever. I think it'd be pretty solid. Robinhood just increased the amount of shares and contracts you can get to 350. Does that mean that these hedge funds covered? There's no way to know for sure, man. I don't think so, though. I will update that as soon as I know any more updated information on the situation. But I think that is likely Robinhood's way of trying to save some face with what's going down on their company. I mean, they're in some pretty severe danger of issues. So I actually want to show you something that I I put out on my Twitter, and that is this right here. So Robinhood raises another $2.4 billion as broker app deals with retail trading frenzy. And to me, this is basically code for a lot of people are leaving their company, and they're trying to really save their butts. So I think they're trying to save face. I think they're trying to reverse some really bad decision making that they had. That's my opinion, of course. I'm not a financial advisor, so it's not financial advice. That's just my take on the situation. AMC is not currently halted, my friend. It is still moving. Brother, appreciate your work holding with you on AMC. I'm with you, Jamie. Thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. Ape together, strong. Ape together, strong. That's what we should say. Strong. Oh, my bad. That was Robinhood with that Griffin Citadel makes 40% profit. I was going to say, I never heard that. I heard that about Robinhood, though. Fubo TV is up 20%. Dang. That's pretty solid. They are. 19%. Look at that. So they've had a pretty nice run up. Fubo is another stock that's pretty heavily shorted. So that's not surprising at all. And they've actually pulled back a little bit. $44. They did reach $52.25. So that's good to see. They're currently in an upward moving channel. Pretty nice clean channel right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points. Pretty well respected. I anticipate that acting as a level of support here in the future. If you're looking for an entry point for a quick swing, I'd watch for a bounce off of, anywhere around $50 to $50.22. And then you could try and rinse and repeat, riding up to $52.25. But just be careful. Just be very careful. Learn from you more in 2 days than having 8 months on my own. Your tech analysis and mannerisms are great. You and Meet Kevin talking AMC would be great to watch. Oh, man. Dude, I don't think Meet Kevin would ever have me on his channel. That'd be absolutely insane. I have been talking, or I suppose I shouldn't say I have been talking, but people have been suggesting that I meet up with Brian. And if you're not familiar with who he is, I'll pull him up really quick on YouTube. So, Brian Jung. He actually keeps up very, very well. He had an insanely long live stream today. He was on for, I think, 5 hours or something, which is absolutely insane. But I'm trying to get a hold of Brian Jung. I sent him an email, and somebody told me that he was actually watching the live stream one day. So that'd be pretty cool if we could make something happen there. I think that's maybe more realistic. Well, time will tell. We're going to come back to AMC quick and just look for any new price action that we are seeing on the charts. Wonder how long a transfer out of Robinhood will take. Typically between 5 to 10 business days. It does depend a little bit on the brokerage account that you're transferring to, but that's about what you're looking at. Buy and hold AMC. United, we can win this war. I'm telling you, ape together strong. Ape together strong. Big time. So we're testing right now a break above this descending level of resistance, this downward channel, right? Breaking out of this selling pressure. We're looking for a wide range candle bar similar to what we're seeing right here. And if we see a wide range candle bar like this, that is going to indicate to me that we have escaped this downward channel. So that's what we're looking for, is a repeat of that. And it does look like we might get it. I don't see a wick right now on this candlestick. So that could be a good indicator that we might finish off the last 30 minutes of the trading day pretty strong. And I want to put this out there on your guys' radar. Options cannot be exercised during the extended hours. And that explains a lot of why we have seen the stock run up during the extended hours sessions and sometimes, right? So here, right, very stagnant, didn't move a whole lot, saw a huge amount of action up to $25.80. Here we actually got beat up pretty bad, came back up in the pre-market. Here, pretty stagnant. We saw that sell off at the pre-market. Came up in the after hours, right? We saw the same thing happen here. Came up in the after hours. This short ladder, this huge bar right here, sitting kind of neutral right now, been consolidating. I can anticipate the same thing happening. And I want to point something out to you. This is actually very, very interesting to me. So I'm going to come out to the 5-day chart, and I want to show you what the previous 5 days looked like before this insane run-up happened. So check this out. We saw the first initial wave, right? We saw the first initial spike up to about $3.73, ran up again to $5.27. Then we see a couple of days where this stock just kind of, it's volatile. It's just basically trading sideways, up and down, a lot of volatile movements for 2 days. We're seeing that right here, right? Well, then we get this next insane run up from all the way to $13, all the way up to $25 in the pre-market, and now we're repeating, right? We're seeing this up and down, basically trading sideways, neutrality of the stock, which has been going on for a couple of days. And if this is any sort of guess as to what might come next, right? We saw a little bit of stair step. All right, my apologies, guys. My internet at the hotel just crashed for a second, but we're back on. There was some issues apparently with the hotel, but we are still in business. So I apologize for that slight lag. But I forgot what I was saying. I'm going to be honest. But we're going to get right back into the price action here. I apologize for that slight delay in what was going down. But let's get some comments rolling. We're going to answer some questions that we're seeing and get back to business. Will we see it hit $30 at today's end on AMC? I'm holding strong. Well, that's a good question. So what I think is going to likely happen is you're going to see this start to run here in the after hours. And the reason I think that is because we have seen an immense amount of buying pressure in the extended hours because options can't be exercised. And the reason I think this is a big deal is because these huge hedge funds, right? They've been exercising and leveraging with options because it's a way to capitalize on a lot of gains very, very, very quickly. And that's my personal opinion. We will see what ends up happening, but that's my personal take. Let's see some new comments drop in here really quick. As it sits right now, AMC is currently trading at $13.83, sitting not too bad. It's looking pretty decent. I'm gonna try and detach the chat bar because I'm not seeing any new chats come up. Pop out chat and get an idea of what's going down. There we go. Now I can read you guys again. We're cooking with Crisco. So everyone on social media needs to hype AMC. I'm totally on board. I'm on board with AMC, guys. 100%. I've been doing everything that I can to really get this pumping. So I'm with you 100%. Big time. All right. So Zoom. I saw Zoom pop up here. I will cover Zoom really quick. Also, thank you for the $1 or the $5 donation, Sean. I do appreciate that very, very much. And $1 also shot Paradox. Sean says, with an unbiased opinion, is $100 possible next week? By the way, I'm holding. I 100% think that it is because if we look here at AMC, right? AMC has seen some incredible amount of short volume that's been coming in on this stock, right? So the more that this stock is shorted, it is going to improve this overall squeeze that is going to happen, right? So the short volume is increasing literally every single day. We have 147 million total shares of short volume. So if we think that GME is possible, right, and we believe that this GME double down, what happened for a reason, which it did, it's naked shorting, is a naked short squeeze. The same thing can happen with AMC, which is doing the exact same thing. It's seeing a naked short squeeze. We're seeing shares that are being generated by market makers that don't actively exist, which is diluting the shares, which overall increases the amount of squeeze that you see because there are more shares than previously existed. Shot Paradox, thank you for the $1 donation, my friend. I hope that answered your question, by the way, Sean. I tried my best to give you the best information that I can. Hi, I have a question. What do you think about starting an account with a leverage with 130? Do you think it's likely you can make it pay with the right patience and right trading skills? 1 to 30, man. It sounds very risky. I wouldn't personally want to do that, but it definitely would pay. I mean, you just have to be extremely, extremely careful because your gains can be extremely leveraged, but your losses can be absolutely crushed. Like it can kill you. Asmo King, I apologize that I didn't see this. My YouTube is being kind of goofy right now. It's not showing me the donations in the right spot. I'm going to scroll back up and see if I can find this quick. So it's supposed to show me here on the studio, and it's not popping up right. All right. So we are cooking. We're back in business. Now I can see everything good. So Asmo King, thank you for the $2, my friend. Shorts are going to expire Monday through Wednesday. AMC to the moon. I'm with you, my friend. Seriously. 100%. Albert Wong, hold the line. Stronger together. Ape together strong. That's my opinion, my friend. 100%. Big time. Someone said this. Is it the case? Brokerages are running out of shares to lend to shorties equals short ladder attack is harder to execute. That's possible, yeah. So basically, what's happening is a naked short, right? And a naked short is essentially creating shares that don't exist so they can leverage their overall short position. And it's a double-edged sword, right? So it dilutes the overall shares for retail investors, right? Which it decreases the value. It ends up making a harsh sell-off that shouldn't actually happen. But on the flip side, it increases their overall stake and the interest that they're accruing at a 25 to 30% rate, right, is increasing as well. So they're taking a huge, this is gambling. They're just straight up gambling. These big hedge funds are gambling with the chance of making their money back, and it's absolutely insane. I can't believe it. Any shorts covered today? I will look into that as soon as I possibly can, but there is not any new information out yet. As soon as that information is available, I will cover that either in a video or in the live stream tomorrow. HCMC up 125% today. It saw a huge run up at market open and it has been sitting there since. Not a lot of volume coming in. In a 1 minute window, 2 million, 26 million. We saw the most volume pump in basically right at open. It went up 2.7 billion in volume. Now keep in mind, this is a micro cap penny stock. This is literally the smallest penny stock you could possibly ask for. But it had a great day. I actually spoke about HCMC in a previous video and said I feel pretty good about the potential of this company. And it gapped up something real stupid silly. It was filthy. Absolutely insane. Shop Paradox, thank you for the $2, my friend. I really do appreciate you. Can I get your thoughts on GSM under a Biden admin? So I'll check a quick peek at this. GSM, if we take a quick look at what they are, engaged in silicon and specialty metals industry. The company produces silicon metal and silicon-based and manganese-based alloy. The company has quartz mining activities in the United States, Canada, South Africa, and Mauritania. Low ash metallurgical quality coal mining activities in the United States, and interest in hydroelectric power. So hydroelectric power, right off the bat, that catches my eye. So anything related to clean energy is going to be huge for Biden administration. I think it's going to be pretty solid. I feel good about it for sure. Hazard High says your Venmo don't work. WTF? If you just type in, you know what I'll do is I'm just going to end up dropping a link instead, but I will update that after the video. It should work. I know that there are people that have been able to find it, but I'll make it easier for you, and I will drop a link here in the future. But I think it's a good stock. I don't mind it at all. As far as an entrance point goes, I would look for somewhere around a 50% retracement to 61% retracement, which is between 221 and 236. That is probably your best entry point into the company, but I think it'll do well. Volume is up extremely high. The 15 MA did just cross over the 200 EMA, looking very, very bullish, up 54% on the day. Asmo King, thank you again for the donation, my friend. I'm sorry I missed you the first time. I did not. I do apologize. Do you think with more people being aware with the market now and more of them getting into stocks, the market in general will be more volatile? Yes. 100% do. I think unless the SEC steps in and makes new regulations and guidelines on the way that people can trade, you might honestly see now a restriction talking about how much people can actually buy, which is absolutely insane. But I do think this is going to change the way that the market operates basically forever, which is honestly crazy. Yeah, I'm completely in agreement with you, my friend. Seriously. When is the squeeze? I thought it was supposed to be today. WTF. I mean, the market is unpredictable right now, man. It was supposed to be today, but what we're seeing happen is these short sellers are doubling down on their convictions and attacking the stock. So what we're seeing happening right now, a quick update on AMC, is it is getting short attacked up the wazoo more. And look at this imbalance, right? Look at how messed up this looks. That is market manipulation to a T. Absolutely no ask orders and an insane amount of buy orders, and we're seeing it plummet. How does this make any sense to you? This should be in a book. This should be in a book about picture perfect market manipulation, because this is it. This is it. We've got 13,000 shares to fill at 1325, and look at this bleeding. That is insane. That makes no sense at all. Roman, thank you for the donation, my friend. Trey, are we expecting some crazy after-hours trading on AMC for the next 3 days? I do personally believe that you are, because options are not exercisable in the after-hours or the pre-market. So it allows for traders to actually run the price up without this insane sort of short ladder that we're seeing right now. Look at this. Absolutely insane. We're just now finally starting to see some asks come in on the stock, but look at all this green volume that's been here, and look at this rundown. That is straight up market manipulation. That's insane. That doesn't make any sense at all. Aswell King, thank you again. I appreciate you. Most people working at home and have more time. Yeah, I'm completely in agreement with you. Like I said, I think since there are more people aware of the market, you are likely to see more people step in and make some investments. Think about it this way. How many people in your life do you know that have just decided, hey, I'm going to send you $100, or I'm going to invest $100 in a GameStop or AMC? And have they ever invested before? And that's an incredible thing. You know, in a lot of ways, actually, beyond the squeeze of the hedge funds, beyond making the money right now. This situation is not only going to go down in history, but likely open up a lot of eyes to the market and the potential of the market and how much the market needs correction, right? The system has a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues in the market right now, and it doesn't make sense. And you're going to have more people step in and be more vocal about the market and try to make changes. It's honestly, it's mind-blowing. We are seriously watching history, guys. And beyond that, I think something very interesting about what's going on with AMC, with GME, is that people that are making money on these plays like GameStop, I've seen some articles and people saying that they're taking the profits that they made and they're doing incredible things like building a well out in countries that really need water, or paying for people's heart transplant surgeries, or funding cancer treatment for kids. You know, it's insane. It's bringing people together in a way that I've never actually seen before. It's like regardless of race, color, gender, age, political background, right? People are actually coming together and doing something cool. This is so cool to watch. And regardless of the money, right? Money is a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject, but it's incredible to actually watch so many people come together and do something like this in my eyes. I know I just went on a tangent, but I absolutely love this. This is a fascinating and incredible opportunity for a lot of people to come together and create a community. AMC will go into next week. Selling this week is dumb. I'm with you, Carson. I am going to be holding my AMC. Every opportunity that I get when this dips, I am going to scoop it up. We are still up on the day, about 0.66%. Look at the order volume. Look at the level 2. It is being manipulated 100%. So much market manipulation that this doesn't even make sense. Look at I have the level 2s pulled up for you for a reason, so you can see this before your eyes. I've talked about this in videos before. I've said it. This is being manipulated. We've got so much green volume coming in, and it's not moving. This has been all day, guys. This has happened all day long. And look at this. Short ladder, short ladder. It's getting stepped on for absolutely no reason. It's happening again. We've got, at the very least, an equal amount of green to red volume, if not more green volume most of the time, and it's getting crushed. These are market manipulation tactics and shorting from the hedge funds. They're doubling down on their positions. It's insane. E from the Grapevine, thank you for the donation, my friend. Trey, do you think the price will rise in aftermarket and pre-market when we can't buy or sell on Robinhood? I personally do think this is going to rise in the... Can you not buy or sell on Robinhood during the pre-market or after hours? I didn't know that, but I do think it's going to rise. I do, because options are not exercisable during the extended hours, and that's typically why we see this stock run up so much in the after hours, and that's the reason. So we see it here, right? Stagnation, run up, stagnation, lot of volatile movement. We see it here, right? Get beat down, run up in the after hours, run up in the pre-market, beat down, running up in the after hours, running up in the pre-market, beat down again, and I'm likely to see the same exact thing. I think we're just going to keep stair-stepping slowly and surely up to these previous highs so that we can squeeze this stock. That is my take. That's my opinion. And it's insane to watch this market manipulation before our eyes, guys. You are literally watching this in real time. You're watching market manipulation happen before your very eyes. Kevin says, why do you trust it if it keeps getting manipulated, Trey? Kevin, that is a good point. I'm glad that you're bringing that up to me. So it's not necessarily that I trust this stock, right? So I do believe in this movement. I do believe it's going to happen because we're seeing more than one person come together on this. Myself alone, guys, I do not have the power to make AMC do what we are trying to do. As a community, as investors as a whole, as traders coming together as a whole. I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but as investors and traders as a whole, we can come together to make this happen. And I believe in that. I don't believe in this market manipulation crap, but I do believe in this community and the way that it's brought people together. The situation has genuinely brought people together, regardless of ethnicity, race, background, political agenda, the whole 9 yards. And that's what I'm behind. I am behind the movement and redistribution of power from what we're seeing with the 99% versus the 1%. That's my opinion. It's clear to see the buy volume outweighs the asks, but how do we beat that if they truly are manipulating it? We've already buying like crazy, so how do we stop the manipulation? Christian, Great question, my friend. We can't control market makers. It's not possible. What we can do, and I think is a good tactic, is you're continuing to see people run this up in the after hours and pre-market, which eventually is pushing these short markets, right? These big hedge funds to buy back their shares at an overall higher price, right? They're having to buy back higher, or they're having to short higher, double down higher, right? And this is just adding to their overall dilemma. They're hurting worse than we are, guys. They're hurting way worse than we are. And I can guarantee that because of articles like this, right? Because of articles like this. AMC now is a $1 price target coming from Market Watch. That is such BS. This would not have come out if the hedges weren't scared to death. They're trying every single thing in their possible power to get this out of your hands. They're doing everything they can. Despite the manipulation, night low, thank you, my friend. Buy the dip over at the Discord. Check the 1 hour interval for AMC. I am going to check that out. I mean, honestly, that's not that bad. It held up pretty well up until this last hour of the day, right? We've been holding extremely well. We saw this really bad, this gnarly wide range red candle, right? But following that, it's basically been consolidation until this last hour of the day, in which we are seeing some more selling pressure. RSI is only sitting at 46. That's not too bad. And the lowest we've seen it touch is down here at about 39. I don't think we're sitting that bad right now. If you look at this on the 1 hour chart here, we're still in an upward moving channel, guys. We're still stair stepping on the stock. We're setting higher lows and higher highs, and every day that we continue to do this is a day towards the end goal here. We know that the short interest is increasing. We know that there are more short volume that is growing every single day that the stock is being traded. Even with that being said, it is scary. I understand. It's scary to see this insane amount of short volume coming into AMC. I mean, look at this. Look at the amount of crazy market manipulation happening right now. 76,000 orders at $13. Man. And yet, this keeps happening. It keeps running down. Crazy. I'll tell you what, I've been taking the opportunity to buy. I did end up buying more shares, as I stated before, and I fully expect that this is going to continue to run. As a new investor, says DGO34, what is the goal to make off penny stocks or day trading? I mean, do we want to make like $20+ on a stock, or what's a real expectation? I know GME isn't the norm. That's a great question, man. And to be completely honest with you, coming in as a new investor to the market right now is honestly really scary. There's never been a crazier time to get into the market as a new investor, because this is not typical to how the market trades. This is the most atypical you've likely ever seen the market, because these stocks like AMC and GME aren't just affecting these stocks, they're affecting everything. Your bread and butter plays like Facebook, even Facebook has been getting hammered. They're getting crushed because of what's going on. People are taking profits from stocks like this and trying to make up for their losses in other stocks. Or you're getting people like us, right, that are profit taking from our regular plays to get into AMC, into GME, into NOK, into BB. Some people into silver, some people in the naked sundial. You get the picture. It's changing the way the market operates, and it's honestly absolutely crazy. Honestly, man, I feel bad for you, because not you in general, but new investors, because this is setting such a crazy expectation for what the market is actually like. Stock Daddy, thank you for the donation, my friend. I do appreciate that very, very much. Don't get scared. Don't sell AMC. I'm not selling a penny, man. I'm still holding. I will continue to hold my AMC. I've got absolutely no reason to. I 100% believe in this movement. I think that the end game is still the same. It's just going to change things. It's going to change the timeline. That's all it comes down to. Once I get new updated short volume for the day that is released to Fintel, I will share that with you guys. But I 100% expect that it's going to be higher, because we saw the tactics, guys. We saw it. We saw it play out before our eyes. We saw a short ladder, a short attacking ladder. We're seeing it happening again. It's insane. Stock Daddy says, can you take a look at NAKE? No problem. Yeah, NAKE is having a good day. It looks solid right now. That's not bad at all. Hey, by the way, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, don't do it for me. Just do it because we like this stock. We love this stock. Ape together strong. It looks good, my friend. It doesn't look bad whatsoever. Very nice retracement down to 61.8%. False break. But we do have a nice fat, you know what I'm going to say, guys. Drop it in the comments section. George W., which is a double bottom. Very, very nice. This is typically a nice bullish indicator, and I would expect that you see a run here in the after hours. Good entry point. Currently, I think if you get in at 73 cents, that'll treat you pretty well. We've got the 15 MA trading over the 200 EMA, which is typically a bullish indicator. So I like to see that. Volume's down a little bit, but still trading pretty high compared to what we've likely seen in the past. And indeed, that is the case. So it looks good. It looks like a good play, my friend. We will strengthen our hold position all day long, my friends. Buy the dip, guys. Buy the dip. Every time I hear that now, I just think of my friend over the Discord. Buy the dip. I know you're listening right now. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Buy the Dip. All right, coming back over here to the 1 minute chart. Does look like we're seeing a bounce off of that that hourly chart level of support, that ascending level of support. Just to recap on that, if we come over here to the 5-day chart, all that I did is connect a trend line between candle wicks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different touch points here. So that is connecting an upward ascending level of support, which does indicate that we are setting higher lows and higher highs every single day. Even though we are still red on the day, 0.98%, 1% right now, we are still stair-stepping higher lows and higher highs, and this is squeezing down on price action. So I'm actually going to clean up some of these levels of support here and give you an idea of what I'm talking about. This is squeezing down in price action and consolidating and getting ready for the next leg up. And I will reestablish these as we need to. But check this out, guys. To make this easier to see, this is basically what's happening right now. We are seeing a squeeze formation on this stock. It is slowly but surely getting ready to have a nice hard push. And it's going to give one way or the other eventually here, right? So we're seeing here on a macroscopic scale that the price action is squeezing and tightening, getting ready to either push above this level of resistance or push below this level of support. Now we're hugging this level of support pretty hard right now, but we are 5 minutes away from the after hours right now, and I do anticipate that you're likely to see a nice run up here in the after hours. So that is my anticipation and expectation with what's going on right now with this stock. Since AMC was reasonably at $2 to $4 a share, the fact that it's now 12 to 13, is it possible that the increase is the squeeze? Am I just getting greedy? Sidekickology, that is a great question, my friend, and my answer to you is GameStop. GameStop is the answer to your question. I think all of us, to some extent, are looking at this in a different light now because GameStop, right, $12 back here on December 14th. But if GameStop could be $12 and hit 517, I think it's extremely, extremely reasonable that with a similar setup, right? We know that AMC has 147 million shares of short volume as of January 29th. We know that's been short attacked throughout the entire day today. Very, very, very reasonable to assume that you can see a similar setup and play out with this stock. I would not be surprised in the least bit to say it play out that way. All right. Watch Jordan Belfort last Instagram post about AMC. I'll pull it up real quick. Instagram. Jordan. Oh, you guys are probably pulling my leg again, aren't you? I got my leg pulled by so many people. This is probably some BS, but I'll check it out anyways. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Well, that's probably not him. But you know what? I don't know. I feel like you're pulling my leg. This happened a couple times. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Hassan Hamad, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Hey, back again. Did you see UAVS? It exploded. I did see UAVS. Absolutely insane day for UAVS today. Up 17%. Looking pretty freaking filthy, man. That is a filthy day for the company. Not bad at all. Look at that wide range candle bar. That is nasty. That's so crazy. If you got in at 953, you're sitting up real good. You could have turned a 25% profit basically at 12.15 if you got out. Looks very good, man. It's a clean chart, and it pulled back pretty nicely too. That was not a harsh pullback whatsoever. We have that wide range candle, and it only pulled back to 38.2%. That is very nice. You don't see that happen very often. That shows a lot of strength in the stock. Buy the dip, guys. Let's send this to the moon. All right. It is almost market close, which means we are coming up on the after hours now. And we were going to find out if this stock is going to run here in the after hours, or if it's going to stagnate, or if it's going to bleed. So we will just keep watching and see what does end up happening here today. All right. Do you have a video on how to do stock analysis? Coming from Moonglow Melodies. Thank you for the question, my friend. I have been slowly piecing together videos on how to do stock analysis. So I do have a video out on how to read candlesticks that was published last weekend. And I do have another video out on how to read the indicators that I typically focus on, which are the RSI, the 200 EMA, and the 15 MA. I used to use the 15 volume adjusted moving average, but Webull does not offer that. So I do instead use the 15 MA, which is a very similar indicator. I have those out, and I do plan on putting out videos about risk management. And I also do have a video out that was about a half hour long, going very into depth on how to use Webull as a platform. So if you're interested in any of those, I do have those available on the channel. Trey, it's the top Instagram account, I promise. All right, man, I'll take your word for it. We'll come back. We'll come back to it. Jordan Belfort. All right, let's take a peek. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear this.
Short sellers until you get what you want. Because you all deserve it. To never stop squeezing them by the balls until they're forced to either buy or die. And now, this shit that Robinhood is pulling on us now, stopping us from trading, barring us from their platform, our home, the home that we built. What the fuck is that, you know? Well, I'll tell you what it is.
Can you guys hear this now?
It's Wall Street. It's the hedge funds. It's fucking Robinhood being fucking hypocrites. That's what it is. It's them trying to squash us, the little guy, to put us all back in our places instead of the other way around like we've been doing to them. So, you know what, Wall Street? You know what, Robinhood? We're not leaving. We're not leaving.
I seriously want to double down on that so much. That is so huge. Seriously, because I'm with him. That's the exact reason I've gotten behind this. It's the little guys. We're standing up for little guys right now. That's 100% the message here. He touches on it better than I could ever explain it. We're gonna finish off this video and then check out the price action that we're seeing on the day.
We're not fucking leaving. Show goes on.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to watch for the day here, but that's a good point. I'm glad that you brought that up about Jordan Belfort. I like that a lot. That's a huge deal. He's got a huge point. Oh, yeah, I've got echo right now. All right, now we're good. So I had to turn off the audio output. That was the issue here. So we're going to come back to the price action on AMC here. Still echo? Is there still echo? Good? All right, we're good. Good stuff. So right now we're going to come over here to the after hours and check out the price action. So what we're having right now with AMC is, so the echo, guys, what was happening is whenever I have my my audio capture on with OBS, it, for whatever reason, causes some issues with my mic, but we're rocking with Crisco now. All right, good. So we are seeing a little bit of a pullback still here in the after hours. Overall sell volume, we are looking at, a decent amount. I'm seeing a lot of NOK. So I'll check out NOK real quick, and we'll come back to AMC. So NOK right now little bit choppy. We're seeing some pretty long wicks right now. It's excuse me. Seeing some pretty strong wicks, so not a lot of good, clean price action here right now. But we did finish the day overall just a little bit red. BB, I'd be very interested to see, also finish a little bit red. So we're in all these stocks, guys, that such as AMC, GME. Man, I'm really surprised that this is seeing some selling pressure after the bell. I guess we're gonna end up and see how this plays out. I mean, there are still 4 hours until the after hours close, but you guys saw the effect of market manipulation today. That's 100% what it comes down to. We saw some crazy stuff happen. I'm not selling though. I'm telling you that right now. I have my full position right now in AMC, a market value of $2,451 in my Fidelity account. I do have a full market position of about 2,500. So a total of 5,000 shares currently in my AMC position. Check the short interest on Foon, 5,000%, bro. Let me pull it up real quick. So we'll check this out on Fintel and see what that looks like real quick. So Fintel, Foon, short interest. Did it already update for today? If it did, that was fast. So as of January 29th, we're looking at 9.6 million on Foon, which is a short volume ratio of 14% compared to the overall total market volume. It is higher than we've seen in the past, though, so they did double down on their overall short positions. That's not surprising. It's likely to see that some of them ended up covering because we did have a pretty nasty looking run up today. It squeezed pretty hard. Sold off pretty harshly here. Man, every single short stock out there right now is getting crushed. It's so insane. I don't know. Man, there's no other way to describe it, guys. We live in some crazy times. I want to answer some questions that you guys have about the current situation with AMC and GME. So if you guys have any sort of questions about what's going on there, I would love to answer them to the best of my ability. Man, that looks goofy. Why does that look like that? All right, there we go. So it does look like we found a little bit of a bottom here. I'm going to drop a level of support as it does look like we've got a couple of candle wicks touching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we're looking at a wide range candle bar here, that could be better. All right. Was investing in individual stocks. When can you invest in index funds? So you can invest in an index fund basically anytime that you want. There's no restrictions on that whatsoever. Some people are saying there's an echo, some people are not, but I'm telling you right now, everything should be fine here. So I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in, but it should be sitting just fine. It's a pretty nice mic. I don't have any other audio recording on from my understanding. I will check my OBS, but this should be the only, and it is. So this is the only mic that's being utilized right now. So we'll come back here, read some comments. What is the chance that AMC will go over $20? I feel very confident this can go over $20, guys. I feel very confident because we do know that the short volume on AMC is extremely high. I will show you this again. I will show you this 1 million billion times if I 1 million billion times if I have to, because I 100% believe that that AMC is going to have this squeeze. It's being delayed because of naked shorting, creating shares that don't exist in order to run up the overall short volume on the stock. 147 million total short volume shares compared to 65 million the previous day, 61 million before that, and 56 million before that. Shorts are doubling down on their positions. This short squeeze is going to happen, and when it does, it is going to be disgusting. Andrew, thank you for coming back, my friend. Mic check, looks good. Right on. Been asking around on different YouTube lives, and only 2 out of 10 say they believe that AMC will reach 50 by Friday. What do you think? Oh, the pressure's on. The pressure is on. So by Friday, I think by Friday it's realistic, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's realistic, and it's going to very highly depend on the amount of buyers that step in to run the price up here during the after hours and the pre-market, because what's happening is exactly what we saw today. We see these short ladders, right? We see the market manipulation. We see the hedge funds doubling down on their positions in order to average their overall sell basis, right? But the problem is they can only do this for so long. Their interest rate on these shorts is extremely high, and they can't do that forever, right? So I personally think the day is going to come when they're going to run out of real estate, right? They're going to run out of real estate, and they're going to have to cover back, and it is going to hurt. It is going to hurt them so bad. And this is all the proof in the pudding, guys. This is all that you need to see in order to think that this is going to happen, and that is this. AMC stock is now a sell with a $1 price target, says MKM analyst. They are scared out of their minds. So scared out of their minds. And they're doing every possible thing to take your guys' shares away. They're doing every possible thing they can to take your shares away. And if you give it to them, they win. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But in my opinion, if you really want to see this squeeze happen, you just need to hold. You just need to hold. I will not sell a single share. I'll be transparent always. I have 189 shares in AMC right now. Haven't sold a single one. I've added to it. I can show you my overall orders right here. My all orders. You can see today, I bought 40 total shares of AMC, filled all 40 at an average price of $14.13. You can see that I'm not selling my AMC. Buy, 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 buy. Every opportunity I've had, the free shares that I receive on Webull right now, I've been selling them and depositing them straight into AMC. I will continue to do that because I want to see this out. I want to see it happen. That's my personal opinion. This is not financial advice. Don't do as I say. Not monkey see, monkey do. But look at this. Look at this right now. Wide range candle bar, baby. Money. Strike one for the little guy. We love seeing that. Next level mods. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Eyes were opened after seeing that textbook manipulation in real time. Stutter much, huh? I get too excited. Only bought more at close. Is GME mirroring AMC? Let's take a quick peek. To a T, to an exact T. If that's not an idea, a picture perfect idea of market manipulation, I don't know what is, guys. Let's look at this. Let us just look at this. This is going to be so crazy. AMC right now, GME right now. Look at this. Picture perfect, exact same. What does this tell you? Does this tell you something? I'll tell you what it tells me. There's some really crazy stuff happening right now in the market. There's some really messed up market manipulation and illegal naked shorting happening right now in the market. Insane. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to just sit here and let it happen. I'm going to continue to fight for the cause. I am. And it's not about the money to me anymore, right? My number one goal is to make you guys money. That's always my number one goal. Pablo Yang, please do not spam the chat or I'm going to have to remove you. We don't need that. I'm going to put you in timeout. You'll learn from a timeout. A couple minutes in the corner. That's all you need. But for me, this has become a way for me to use YouTube in order to stand up for the people like you and me that have just been getting kicked down in the dirt for who knows how long, right? There's always going to be opportunities to make money in the market, guys. And this is one of them. Don't get me wrong. I 100% think this squeeze is going to happen. But for me, my position in AMC at this point is to make money to some extent, right? But it is to come together in this movement and be a part of a community that wants to make something happen, watch some change happen. And that's my viewpoint. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. That's just where I'm at. Hope that answers your question, my friend. Soul Food says, Trey, can I please get some input on ARC-Q and ARC-G? They are two ETF stocks I have slowly been adding to, and man, they're looking amazing to me. Anything that ARC does usually does pretty well. You're not gonna go wrong there. ARC-Q. So this is their autonomous technology. Yeah, man. I mean, I think no matter basically what ARC ETF you invest in, you're gonna do amazing. They have some really nice growth over the long run. Last 6 months, that's disgusting. They went from $52 up to 91. Not a lot of ETFs you can double up your money basically in a 6-month period. That's pretty filthy, man. I'd keep your money there. As far as ARC-G goes, same thing. ARC-G, you're actually doing better. I'd continue to keep your money there, man. You're not going to go wrong. 100% with you. Why has CTRM not squeezed yet? The days to expire was 0.61. Let's come over to CTRM and take a quick peek here. And my anticipation is that you saw the same thing happen with CTRM as we did stocks like BB, NOK, GME, etc. You saw a sell-off at open, which is a market, a picture-perfect short ladder market manipulation. That's my hypothesis. I think that's why you didn't see CTRM do anything crazy. Because look at this. CTRM had the filthiest gap up that you could possibly imagine. It was getting ready. It was getting so ready to pop. And then boom. We see this huge sell-off, this huge pump in red volume. Look at this. Does this make any sense to you? Tell me. Tell me why you would see 40 million shares in red volume for absolutely no reason at the bell. Tell me there's 40 million people right now that are going to take profits on CTRM the first minute of market open. You're not going to see that happen. This is people doubling down. 100%. Thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate that. Akshay Patel means a lot. When do you think is a good time to sell Sundial? To me, Sundial is one of those plays where if you're up money and you feel comfortable with your gains, I would take the profits, but it may continue to run. It's in a nice upward moving channel. I'm going to look at this on the 5-day chart quick. Man, if it looks like a lemon, smells like a lemon, tastes like a lemon, it's probably a lemon, man. It looks pretty good. And it's still running here in the after hours. Nice, clean, upward moving channel right now. Now, it's not going to keep on that rate of growth forever, but it's looking pretty good. As of now, it's looking like it'll continue, setting higher lows and higher highs every single minute of the day. Very nice, clean upward channel. If you see some sort of rejection, hard bounce down, maybe take profits at that point. It depends how much you're up. Do BlackBerry, please. Thank you for the donation, my friend. I do appreciate that very, very much. It means a lot. By the way, if you could take a minute to drop a like on the video if you like this stock, that does mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. So BlackBerry is a stock to me that is a good mid to long-term hold. They got beat up today. They were down about 1.7%, but it is a good stock nonetheless. They're really getting into that AI side of things and locking down the potential there for some technology that they really haven't worked with in the past. So I think BB could do pretty well. As far as the charts look, we do have a pretty nice looking flag formation right now. So here's the pull, followed by a very slow squeeze down on price action, which is typically a nice bullish indicator. And if we pull this out to, we'll say here, get a couple touch points. If this continues to squeeze down, as we're seeing right now in the after hours into the pre-market, you could see a pretty nice little push to the upward direction if it pushes that top trend line. So that's what I would look for. Good entry point right now, I think, is going to be around 1433 if you're looking for a quick swing. As far as a good entry point goes otherwise, now is also a good time because you're not likely to see these lows. Being pretty drastically oversold at 43 and has been for quite some time. You are bound to see a correction come eventually. Going to come back to AMC and check out this price action one more time. 2,400 watchers. Good for you, man. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll take it. I'm glad everybody here. It's been a blast. I love doing this. So as it sits right now, ooh, big fat George W. We got a George W, guys. That looks nice. That looks really nice. Bullish indicator. This is typically indicating of a bullish reversal. So we're looking to see that pan out. But that is a nice double bottom. That is a George W. I like how that looks. We're having a micro pullback right now, but that's not bad. We're currently trading at 1347, which is higher than we closed the day. After hours, we're up 0.75%, 1.28%. Not bad. Looks pretty good. Thoughts on when BB could retouch $20 level, brother? Having an average entry price of $18.30 and starting to worry as I wanted to start selling off to invest in other stocks too. Thank you, sir. No problem, my friend. So BB could take some time to retouch $20. I'm going to be honest. There was a short interest in the stock, but it was at about $14 and some change, if I remember correctly. So since they were probably able to cover, the squeeze potential with BB is probably not as high as it was before. So just keep that in the back of your mind. It's more going to likely be a slow and steady run up to the previous highs that we've seen with the stock. So I just want to keep that in the back of your mind. BlackBerry is a good company, though. I think within the next 30 to 60 days or so, you are likely to see this test $30 to $40. So if you're willing to wait a month, I think in a month it'll touch $20 at the very least, but it could happen a lot sooner than that. Sandollar, thank you for the donation, my friend. Trey, remember money in your trading accounts for PDT rules till you get reserves back up. I appreciate that, my friend. And, I will get it back up. I will get that back up. You guys all probably know what happened with my Fidelity situation, but if you don't, for all the new viewers out there, basically what happened, and I read this across a lot of different streams, a lot of different tweets, a lot of different message boards. Fidelity and Robinhood, both brokerage accounts at around the same time. For Fidelity, it was around 11:24 a.m. Closed out of people's positions in AMC, BB, NOK, GME, if it was related to SEC suspicious or manipulative activity. So my positions in BB, Nokia, and AMC all got closed out when I was down about $30,000. So I can show you the exact point in the day when this happened, and this lines up exactly perfect. So when I got closed out was at about 11:30 in the afternoon, which would have been right here when we see the low of the day. In fact, I'm gonna one up this and show you the exact point at which this happened, so you can see right where I got sold out, and it was right here. If we look at the time frame, 11:20, 11:25, lowest point on the day, literally. So that was sitting at about Or no, that's not. That's BlackBerry. So BlackBerry sold out at 1365 for me. AMC, lowest price point on the day on the 28th, 1030. Look at this. Got sold out right here. So not the lowest point on the day, but at about $9. So I got screwed. I lost about $30,000 across all my positions. And this happened to a lot of people, which is why I'm extremely frustrated. I want to stand up for other people that this happened to. So that's what Sandollar is referring to with his donation. He's I really do appreciate you, my friend. Mango. Yeah, man, it's all you. I'll give it to you. I trust you, man. Add moderator. Have at it. But that's what happened to me, and that is why I appreciate your donation very much. I will make that money back. To me, it's not about the money. I will get that back, and I'm not struggling. It is what it is. I will live to see another day, my friend. Can you look at Noak? Thanks, Trey. I love this channel, man. No problem, my friend. I'll do anything for you. Well, except for, I love my girlfriend to death, so I got to be loyal to her. Anything but that. That's Sarah. I don't know if anybody's interested, but she's my girlfriend. Love her to death. Plan on marrying her someday, without a doubt. But Nokia had a pretty good day. It's in a nice upward moving channel, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we're going to adjust this just a hair. And it is still very clean. We're setting higher highs and higher lows on a pretty regular basis here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different candle wicks touching. And we've got a descending level of resistance right here. So squeezing down on price action, and you're likely to see one of these give in the future. And taking into consideration that Nokia did a pretty decent day today, right? We closed the previous day at about $4.53, closed today at about $4.86. So we are up overall, right? You're more likely to see this be bullish in nature and break above this top trend line. That's my hypothesis. That's what I think is going to end up happening. Everyone would be all hurt. You're taking it like a man. No, it is what it is, my friend. There's nothing that I can do. At this point, I'm extremely proud of what I've done with my account. You guys can track the progress over time. I turned my account from $8,000 into $46,000 in 2 months, and I will do it all again. I'm not sweating. Time is just a thing, my friends. 100%. I picked up 200 shares of AMC at 1360 today. Thanks, Trey. I'm in it for the big picture. Let's stick together. I'm with you, my friend. 100%. Big time. Thank you for the donation, G-Wiz. I appreciate that. Like your energy, man. Could you please show us the short numbers again? And also, would you mind letting us know what that website is? Thanks. No problem, my friend. So there are a couple different websites that I typically use. The first one is Fintel. Fintel, Fintel, and you simply type in the stock, the ticker symbol that you want to check out, and then short interest. And then here we can see AMC, short interest. You just click on the link, and it shows you the most recent date, which is January 29th, 147 million total short volume shares, total market volume of 600 million, and a short volume ratio of 24%. And it does also show you, if you scroll down here, how this compares to previous days of short volume. So it is up. We're up about 2.2 times as much as the previous day of short volume on January 28th. The other website that I use, and you do have to pay for this, I pay a monthly subscription for Ortex, is Ortex. And this is a nice website because it has a plethora of information that may not be available to you on free websites. So what I like about this the most is it does have available days to cover, which is right here. Days to cover is 0.80, and that could be a very nice tool to help you figure some stuff out that you might not have known before. And if you don't know what days to cover is, basically, it's just short interest divided by the average daily share volume. So the short interest on the stock, it's not giving us the information for the day. They do have it, obviously, but they're not putting it out. So the overall short interest of the stock divided by the average daily share volume, and the share volume being, 602 million on January 29th, that gives you an idea, right? So if there's a lot of share volume and the short interest increases, that changes the picture on days to cover. So that gives you an idea of how much trouble different shorts are in relative to what we're looking at with the price action. So hope that answers your question. Eric, thank you for the donation, my friend. Thoughts on Fubo? Long hold shorts prediction. So Fubo, I think, is actually good company. And I know it's a very heavily shorted stock, but they focus primarily on streaming services and specifically sports streaming, which I think is a pretty solid service that you can see really popular in the future. And they've seen some nice growth. If we look at here at the last month or so, that they ran up from $30 all the way up to $57, which is absolutely insane. And then it got crushed for a little while. But macroscopically speaking, still extremely bullish. We had a pretty harsh pullback, but it is doing pretty well. And then here it touched 63, from from $30. So kind of rinsed and repeated. Could be a good stock to swing, but it does look like it might actually start some nice new growth. We do have what could be the beginning of a cup and handle right here. So we've got the cup, and then you could see a handle formation here, which is another smaller dip. And if you do see that play out, that is typically a nice bullish indicator and could indicate some new higher highs. Alex Ramos says, oh, aloha. Aloha to you too if you're from Hawaii. Was the lack of a 2 p.m. squeeze something we should be worried about? I'm holding, but I am down. So the lack of squeeze, the most likely explanation that I have for you is two things. One, market manipulation. If you were watching these live streams, you were able to see in real time the level 2s indicate that there is more buyers than sellers, and we saw the price going down. Or two, short attack ladders, which is hedge funds and institutional buyers selling and buying back from each other algorithmically in order to confuse the market makers into driving the price down. And that's my two hypotheses as to why the stock is getting absolutely crapped on today. Because think about this, guys. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. There is so many people trying to buy into the stock right now. So many people behind this movement. And for me to think for a second that we have a red day or even close to a red day makes no sense at all. With all the people buying this right now, if there weren't hedge funds trying to save their butts, you would see this absolutely being floored. It'd be going absolutely insane. Rob DuPont, thank you for the comment. You mentioned the name of the person you watched to learn the charts. Is it possible for you to link his YouTube channel for us? You talk pretty quick, and my old ears can't figure out the name. Yeah, no problem, man. I will drop that right here for you. So his name is Rainer Teo, and I will drop that right here for you. So if you'd like to check that out, that is the name of the channel. Everyone, please like the video so it helps the algorithm and gets Trey's video on other recommendations. He's giving hella information to us for free. Let's support him a bit. Hey, I appreciate that, my friend. If you like this video, it would be pretty cool. And we only want this video to be liked because we like this stock. That's the only reason. That's literally it. Hedge funds need to buy back their AMC shares on Wednesday and Friday. You know, we're going to see the squeeze happen. At the end of the day, it's just the facts. We look at the overall short volume. We look at what's happening here. We look at the days to cover. You see 0.80 days to cover on Ortex. The facts are the facts. They have to cover eventually. And all you're seeing happen right now is they're extending their timeline. When they're selling more short positions and naked shorting the stock, which is essentially creating shares that don't exist, diluting the overall shares, decreasing the value of the stock, jeopardizing the company and the people who work for the company, the management, the retail workers. They're basically just saying, screw you guys. We're going to literally beat the crap out of the stock, take all of your money so we can make back our short losses that we accrued by our own faults. It's so crazy, but they're just extending the inevitable in my eyes. As long as this keeps happening, people keep buying and holding the stock, it is inevitable for sure. Daniel says, conspiracy incoming, but could they just make the price lower despite what the market is doing so we lose regardless? That is extremely illegal. So market manipulation has to be at least somewhat not blatant, right? They have to at least somewhat correspond to the buys and sells coming into the stock. But it's possible, I suppose. I like to think that you wouldn't see that happen, but hypothetically, yes. But I feel like that'd be a huge lawsuit in the making, and it'd be paying to a lot of people. Basically, anybody involved with the stock at that time would probably see a check. So I'd be very surprised to see that happen. Zachy, thank you for the donation, my friend. What do you think for AMC squeeze still left? Thank you. I do still think there is squeeze left in this stock, 100%, because not only do we like the stock, but the numbers like this stock. The numbers are fact. They're factual. We can see this. We can see this is available for anybody to see. My friends, I'm telling you, this is nuts. 147 million shares of short volume. That is insane. That is so insanely high. They are naked shorting the stock. They're creating shares that don't exist so they can make back their losses. It's insane. Ah, man. I'm telling you, this is insane stuff. Thank you for the donation, James. I do think there is still a squeeze left. Zachy, to answer your question, I think when the squeeze happens, you will know. It is going to be like this. I'll show you what the squeeze is going to look like. It is going to look something like this. So let me zoom out here and come out to the 5-day chart. You're going to see this happen. You're going to see this run from $4 to $25. Except this time, it's going to be $13 to like $80. That is what a squeeze looks like. We haven't seen a squeeze yet, in my opinion. it's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty when it happens. I'm telling you. I will hold this stock until it happens because I do think it's going to happen. And don't be scared by that BS $1 price target downgrade article that came out by MarketWatch. This is a bunch of bull crap. Absolutely insane. If I could swear on YouTube, I'd be lighting this up. I'd be going insane. I'd be going insane. I'd be going so nuts. Boozy, thank you for the donation, my friend. I really do appreciate that. Hey, Trey, will you give me your opinion on the stock EH? I bought 50 shares at $40, and I'm still currently holding. I think this stock has potential. Love the streams, and thank you for your service. I appreciate you, my friend, and I like the anime picture. I'm a huge anime fan. Most people probably wouldn't guess that, but I have watched anime since I was probably about 12 years old. Currently sitting at about 23 years old, and loving every minute of my life. So, take a quick peek here. You said that you bought in at $40, currently sitting at $80. You're looking absolutely fine, my friend. You're looking fantastic, in fact. It is on an upward swing right now. It looks real nice. So all that it did is retrace a little bit. So if we look at the base of this run up here and just do a retracement, it pulled down to about 50%. That's not a harsh pullback at all. That's not bad. So we just gave a little bit back, and we're coming back up. So you can anticipate we're going to have a level of resistance right here at about 82.30. And once we break through that, there's not a lot of price action between that and $100. And if we can come back here to that $100 range, you're looking pretty nice. So push above 82 bucks, 88 to follow, 99, 98 is next. We have a nice gap forming here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA, which is also a bullish indicator. Consistent volume, which is good. It means it's a predictable stock. And the pullbacks typically are not very harsh and don't last very long. This is the most harsh pullback that we've seen on the 1 month chart. So that looks good. I think you're sitting absolutely fine. I see no reason to get out of your position right now. And this is a merger company based on that holdings piece. I mean, if we were to look here on the 5 year at least, yeah, $10. So this is a merger company. I would feel very comfortable. Don, thank you for the donation, my friend. Just repeating the other dude, learning lots and your energy makes it fun. Would be more, but I'm poor. No, dude, you don't even need to donate. I just appreciate you guys watching, 100%. I truly mean that. Thank you so much. And thank you as well, Jatham. What do you think about ARO? I will pull it up right now. I did super chats. I didn't type anything. Can you check out G News? Any thoughts, please? Thank you. I will look at that in just a little bit. Let me get over to J Tom real quick and take a quick peek at this stock for him. So looking on the 1 month chart, it's pretty up and down. Not a lot of growth happening here. I think I heard somebody say that there is some pretty high short interest on the stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different touch points here in terms of resistance and a very, very strong level of support sitting right here at about 654. So that is something. And just looking at this right now, it does look like we may be squeezing down on price action in a sense. So you might be seeing, a little bit of buying pressure come in. I wouldn't be surprised by that. And I'm just going to draw this up again. Nice level of resistance descending here. And it's squeezing down pretty good. I think you're pretty soon going to see a push either up or down pretty violently, just based on the price action here. Consistent volume. RSI is trading neutral, so it's not really favoring Stellars whatsoever. Maybe just slightly, but I think this is leaning maybe a hair more bullish. The 15 MA is approaching the 200 EMA very closely, and if it does cross over, that's bullish territory to a T. Zachy, thank you for the donation, my friend. Could you check out IVFH and Sundial? No problem, my friend. I do appreciate that. Innovative food. I'm going to try and go through these pretty quickly as I do have some other people that I want to get to. But IVFH looks like it was a little bit of a pump. It didn't crash very hard, right? It didn't come down super fast, but it did retrace pretty harshly from the peak of this candle wick. So if we pull it back down to maybe here, then it's not as harsh of a retracement, 61.8%, but it's been consolidating for a long time. Not a lot of volume, very consistent RSI. It looks pretty flat. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But Sundial I did cover just recently here, and Sundial looks pretty good. It's in a nice upward moving channel right now, setting higher highs, higher lows on the day. Very smooth, clean price action, consistent volume throughout the day. Pullback in the last 2 days was not harsh whatsoever. It only corrected down to, it looks like 47 on the RSI. Not bad whatsoever. Sundial looks good. Good potential entry point is going to be right around here at $1.14 if you are able to get in there. Man, I remember when people were saying Sundial to $1, and I thought that was such BS, but here we are. It's over $1. All right. Coming from Amika. Can you look at the stock RP? Sure can. So RP, just taking a quick peek here. Going to zoom out. Ooh, that is nasty. Look at that gap. Gap ups like this scare the crap out of me. They scare me so much. Oh, man. That is a nasty gap. But it hasn't given back basically any of it, which is really, really surprising. Consistent volume, very consistent volume, but it's not growing a lot, right? It's been stagnating. It's even Steven on after hours, and not really up or down right now. I think there's better plays out there, unless you know there's a news catalyst coming up on this. That's my personal opinion. Sean says, thank you for the donation, by the way. Did I hear you say the squeeze can be from $13 to $80? You did, and I'll tell you exactly why. So if we look at the squeeze here, from $4 up to $25, right? Actually, we're going to say $2. $2.94 up to $25. Now, if we divide that, do the quick math, right? This was not the same. There's a lot of short interest happening right now. 25 divided by, we're just going to say $3, is 8.3 times high. So that's 830% squeeze. So if we just take that same math, 1368 times 8. You can actually see $109 if that worked out the exact same in terms of margin return. And if the short volume is there and the squeeze happens, it would not be surprising in the least bit. Can you show the Fibonacci levels of AMC and ETA to squeeze? The Fibonacci levels of the AMC squeeze? Well, I can pull that up, yeah. So this first initial squeeze looks something like this. Nice retracement to 61.8%, which is $12.95. Currently in an upward moving channel on the last 3 days. So stair stepping, setting higher lows and higher highs. It shows pretty decent strength. I would have liked to see it hold 50% a little bit better, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And then the ETA. Oh, estimated time of the squeeze. My bad. I thought you were talking about a ticker. But the estimated time, sometime this week. That's my anticipation. What's happening right now is hedge funds are doubling down on their positions and trying to delay the inevitable. So it's taking longer for the process to happen. But I do firmly believe it will eventually happen. Patty, thank you again for the donation. I appreciate you, my friend. You keep it up. You're a rock star. Cowabunga, it is. Fly Beast, thank you for the donation as well. Do you think a buy order of AMC at $12.50 will be filled? It's very hard to predict, right? So if we come down here, $12.50, if we stay in this upward moving channel, it doesn't seem likely. I'm going to be honest with you, because the last 3 days, we've got 3 days of price action that are basically respecting this ascending level of support, right? We're still setting higher lows and higher highs, and I pretty firmly believe that it's going to continue to follow this trend. So I would err on the side of caution and say unlikely, personally. Ryan Hurd, thank you for the donation. Do you think AMC will make it to 90 this week? It is possible. I don't want to say 90 this week. I want to say 90 is possible when the squeeze happens. It's highly dependent on when the squeeze actually comes and finalizes. So when that does happen, it should be good. I feel good about the possibilities. Last question. Thank you again, J. Tom. What do you think of Noke potential? Noke is a great mid to long-term hold play. They are a very innovative sector. They're getting into getting 5G satellites into space, which could be absolutely insane. And that's unprecedented. There's not really a market for that. That's pretty niche. We need to send one of those on the SpaceX rocket. We're going to name it GameStop, right? That'd be pretty sick. But I think Noke has high potential to be another Nano Dimensions in terms of capabilities and potential. I think if you get into this right now at $4, I would not be surprised in 3 months to see this at a $15 or $20 stock, for sure. Can you look up a noob coming from Mikey Mike? Thank you for the donation, Mike. I do appreciate you very much. So a noob is a great company. They've got a feature called Intent Key. And Intent Key is using AI to get the commercials and ads into the eyes of people who really want to see them. So that is what I think is nice about it. There's a lot of money in advertisements, and I can see it doing pretty well in that way. Where is it? I see someone talking about whiskey, and I realize I haven't drank any yet today. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to polish off this Woodford Reserve pretty soon here. Money. But I love a noob. If you're looking for an entry point, it's right now. It's retracing pretty harshly. People are taking profits to get into other plays, but it's being oversold and has been oversold for a long time now. Good 4 or 5 day stretch. Now is your opportunity to get into this. Arturo, thank you for the donation, my friend. You're the man. Add Webull link to the lives, man. Oh, I definitely can do that. So the Webull link should be in the description box of the video if you are interested, but I can drop that as well. If you would like me to do so, just let me know in the comments. Scott, thank you also for the donation. I do appreciate you. You're the man. Oh, if AMD will hit $90. I'm sorry, my friend. Oh, yeah. Very, very possible. AMD will definitely 100% hit $90. I very firmly believe that. It just did a little bit of retracing. I could see it hitting $90 in honestly 1 or 2 days. That looks good. I wouldn't worry at all. Gee whiz, dude, take a look at AMC real quick. Did I just see it jump to 19? Oh, man. You did. What the? That's goofy. That's pretty goofy stuff. And now the charts look super goofy because of this. Now the charts are going to look goofy because of that dumb wick. Man. All right, so what's happening here? So basically, a peak like this could be some market maker mishaps. They could be setting that price in order to trigger some. I suppose you can't use stop losses in the after hours or limit sell-offs. Well, no, you can. So that could have been a limit raid, to be honest with you. That could be market makers trying to set off limit orders in the extended hours, in my personal opinion. Because if it even touches that for a second, they'll fill. I bet you that triggered some people. I wouldn't be surprised in the least bit. Has AMC shorts been covered? I don't think so. No. In fact, I think that they ended up actually doubling down on their convictions and actually adding to their short positions. That's my opinion. Brett, thank you for the donation, my friend. Thank you, Asmo King. Thank you, David. I appreciate you guys. And J Tom. That means a lot. What do you think of Noke potential? Sorry about repetition. No problem, my friend. So Noke, as I did say, as I think has a great potential to be a $15 to $20 company in the next 2 to 3 months. I think they have a lot of potential similar to Nano Dimensions. They're on different sides of the market, right? They're different sectors. But I do think there's a lot of potential for Noke to be a big, big player, especially if they do end up getting a 5G satellite into space. Trey, PCPL, could you check it out? Thanks, bro. No problem, my friend. Please don't spam, Sarah Squire. Please, 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 please. Do not spam. PCPL. So PCPL, we'll check this out on the 1 month chart real quick. Pretty raunchy selling pressure. I'm going to look at this on the 3 month to see if it looks any different. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think there's better plays out there. It's pretty up and down. If you're going to get into this, I would recommend getting into this stock as a swing trade because it is up and down, a lot of up and down movement. And you can honestly just ride and rinse and repeat on these levels of support and resistance. So we see a lot of touch points here at 1028 and right around here at 1070. So if you got into 1070, rode it up to the high, got out, rinse and repeat, you can make a lot of money on this stock. Harris, 100%. You're the man. I will do that right now. Nick Sikora. I'm reading days to cover as the time it would take to close a short position, not time left to cover. Look at Investopedia definition. Thoughts. So days to cover, I did talk about this just a little while ago on the stream. In case you were not here to hear what this means, basically days to cover is taking the short interest and dividing it by the average daily share volume. So what does that mean? Well, essentially what that means is it's the amount of time, as you're saying, Nick, in which it would take to close a short position. And this is altered by the overall short interest and the overall short volume. So the overall total volume, right? So if the volume is up, if the short interest is different, this will alter and extend or distend the amount of time that it takes to cover the stock. So I hope that answers your question, man. Zinix, thank you again for the donation, my friend. I do appreciate you a lot. It means a lot to me that you take the time to watch the videos, my friend. You keep up the good work, too. Nart Curb, thank you for joining us. It's good to have you. Hey, if you also would not mind dropping a like on the video, just because we like this stock, it would mean a lot to me. We're going to come back to AMC, and I'm going to answer your question here quick. Why didn't the AMC price go up if they had to cover 44.6 million shares? Keep up the great work. Actually, man, it was more than that. The overall AMC short interest was 147 million total shares of short volume. That's a lot of volume. 600 million total volume on the 29th. So that's a good question. Great question. And now you're going to have to listen to me rant. Oh, man, we're seeing him again. But anyways, what I'm expecting is one of two things or a little bit of both. What you're seeing happen is Market makers manipulating the stock market, because if you're watching this in live time, I have the level 2s pulled up. You can see an extreme amount of buying pressure, a lot of volume coming in, not a lot of red volume, and the stock price is still going down. So that's one thing, market manipulation. The second could be a combination of two things. One, hit pieces came out. So we can look here on Twitter and see that MarketWatch posted an article saying there's a $1 price target, according to an MKM analyst. And two, you're seeing basically these hedge funds ladder sell to each other. They're shorting with a ladder strategy to buy and sell back to each other to lower the stock price and confuse the market maker and the systems that manage the stock price. So basically, what I hypothesize and expect to see tomorrow is the short positions are going to be higher. You're going to see more overall short volume on the stock compared to what we saw last Friday. That's why I think it ended up going down instead of up. That's my hypothesis. Hope that answers your question. Fly Beast, thank you again for the $5, my friend. Robinhood moved its limit up to $350 on AMC. Could this be a setup for traders if they think it will go down? Could this be a setup for traders if they think it will go down? I don't think so. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Robinhood is in danger of losing a lot of customers. And I think what you're likely seeing is them basically covering their butts. Because if we look over here on this little article, right? Robinhood raises another $2.4 billion as broker app deals with retail trading frenzy. And they're being very nice, just calling it a retail trader frenzy. Basically what this is saying is Robinhood is going to go bankrupt in 2021. Robinhood's getting cooked. A lot of people are leaving. They're trying to make up for losses because they're losing customers. And I think it's their way of trying to save their company from absolutely going down the toilet bowl. That's my hypothesis. But, of course, there's a lot of different ways you could speculate this. Worst case scenario, that is possible. I'm not going to lie to you. J. Tom, thank you so much for the donation. Just realized I answered twice. Sorry, Maine. You're good, my friend. No worries. No worries. Oof. Mark Hoy. Dude, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. That means a lot. I appreciate it. You keep it going. I'm glad you're taking the time to watch the videos, my friend. Skylar, thank you for the donation as well. Have you heard 2 mil call on AMC from single user? Could this be insider info? What's your opinion? 2-minute video. Search on YouTube. Traders helping traders. So let's see if I can find this really quick. Traders helping traders. Two-minute clip, huh? So this is called, we'll see if anything pops up here, but I don't see it. 2-minute clip, 2 million call. Here it is. So I'm going to put on the headphones quick, and I'm going to turn off my mic so you guys can hear this. And then when the video is over, we can both discuss what we think of this. So I'm going to turn off my mic, and I'm going to turn on audio capture. That way there's no echo.
This is eToro, the leading social trading platform.
What is up, you guys? Pete DiCarlo here, Traders Helping Traders, helping you grow your portfolio one trade at a time. Very quickly, didn't plan to make this video, but something huge just happened on AMC, and I want to go over it. I want to talk about it. Massive squeeze happening here. Obviously, a lot of people have been watching AMC, but I was sitting here actually cleaning my office, and I noticed some huge calls coming in on AMC. So I want to show you guys, this is what I look for when I'm looking at flow, but let's just take a look. So first call that came in was at 1:03. It's 2 minutes ago. I'm going to release this as live as I possibly can. 2/12/2021 $20 calls right here, $123,000. Then again, 1 second later, 2/12/2021 $20 calls, same buyer in my opinion. This one, they got in above the S. So that means they filled as soon as they could. That's $340,000. Then 1 second later, after that, 2/12/2021 calls, $20 strike. That is a $1.2 million call that just came in. And all of these are the same buyer, in my opinion. This is all the same buyers. So it's about $2 million in calls for, 2 weeks from now. That's huge. So to me, that is some crazy, unusual options activity. That is not something that I normally see. That's something that I think is, that's not just some random person. That, to me, that's
Dude. Oh, man. That's so disgusting. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that to my attention. That's a big, big, big deal, man. People do not make those kind of calls. They don't put $1 million into a stock they don't think is going to do something. Looking at options is a great way to predict where you think big money can go, because typically options plays like that could be overall predictors of insider information coming up on a stock. So that's really, really reassuring to me. I wouldn't be surprised. That could be insider information. I don't think that's going to happen with no sort of reason. I'm 100% with you, my friend. BBC JP, thank you for the donation, my friend. You're the man. Sorry to keep asking. What are your thoughts on Genius? Oh, I did say I would cover that. I'm sorry, man. I really do apologize. I will check that out right now. So Genius, looks like it was a pump. I'm going to be honest with you, my friend. It looks like a picture perfect pump. Retrace, very, very harsh. Came down below 78.6%. Looks to me like it's a dead play. I got to be honest with you. Volume's down. A lot of red. I don't feel great about it. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, that's how it looks to me right now. I saw a question in here that said, are those 2 million calls the crazy long wicks? And I don't personally believe that to be the case, just because I don't think you can exercise options in the after hours. So I find that unlikely. But what I find even stranger is that we had $2 million in overall calls put into the stock, and it didn't affect the stock price at all. So that's confusing, but whatever, I guess. Nick, thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate that. What's with all the $13.30 trades on AMC right now? $13.50 by $13.51. Oh, $13.30. Okay. I'm not seeing them right here. Maybe it's because we're above that price level right now, but that could just be a price point in which people are willing to pay for the shares. I think you're going to see this run up, man. I really, really do. What do we close the day at? 13.20. Close at 13.27. Currently at 13.47. So we're already up 1.13%. I feel good. I seriously feel absolutely fine with how this is going. Hey Trey, I heard from another channel that short interest got out today and squeeze isn't coming. He recommended everyone sell. I'm holding at 16. Won't mention channel name. I don't know what the channel was, my friend, but I will get you guys the information as I see it, and I will never BS. I'm always transparent, and I will always tell you exactly what I'm seeing. But as it sits right now, I feel completely comfortable with what's happening right now with AMC. But like I said, I will end up telling you if there is a situation that is changing the overall picture as we see it. But as the information that is available to me right now, unless Fintel did just recently update, which I will check at this given moment, but unless it changed, I feel comfortable with where we're sitting at this moment. So we'll see if this updates. Currently sitting at January 29th. Still at 147 million total short volume. And I will update it here as well on Ortex to see if we have any new information. And we currently do not. Still the same picture. But I will update you. I appreciate you telling me that. I will be on the watch out for it. I appreciate it very much, my friend. Chris B, what do you think of Hire? Thank you so much for the donation. I do appreciate that very much. Hire Car. I've never heard of the company, to be honest with you, but the charts look really, really nice. I'm going to be honest with you. We're in a nice moving channel. We saw a pretty huge amount of buying pressure in the last couple of days. Nice gap up, and it's still growing. It hasn't had a pullback yet. If it does have one, you're going to be looking really nice if it only pulls back to about 50%, which would be 957. 957, 920 worst case scenario. 957 should be good, but I expect the 50% retracement just based on how strong this chart is. That's a very, very strong chart. Very solid, easy growth. I like that a lot. Trey, love the stream. Thoughts on Mara? I can definitely check that out real quick. Mara is one of those crypto stocks, and personally, I don't invest in crypto. I don't like the unpredictability. I don't want to scare anybody away. Don't let me sway your decision making. It's just not something that I want to get my money into. But if you want to look at this purely by charts and setups, Mara is very bullish. We're going to look at this on the last 6 months. And you can see the growth is very nice and clean. We do stair step extremely well. The setup is very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4 different touch points in a nice upward moving channel. And as it sits right now, we've got a couple different touch points in a downward moving channel. So I do anticipate that in the next 3 3, 4, 5 days, you should see it push either up or below this descending level of resistance or this ascending level of support. Most likely a push above the top level, as this is very bullish territory. And if you're looking for a good entry point or buy into Mara, as it sits right now, I think your best bet is to get this as close to 30 on the RSI as you can, which would likely be right around here at 1850 to 1965. And I'm getting that number from the touch points right here based on the charts. I'm going to stick around for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to log off. We have been going for about 2 hours, and I did stream earlier today for about 3 hours. My throat's starting to get a little bit sore, to be completely honest with you. But we will stick around for just a little more, cover a couple more tickers, and we're going to log off. One more quick update over on AMC. We will take a peek at this on the 1-minute chart, and not a lot happening right now. Currently sitting at 1320, had a little bit of a micro pullback. That's how we're looking right now. Holding okay over 12.99. Not stressing yet. Trey, brand new fan from the crazy stuff going on. What's your opinion on Airbnb for after pandemic? Love it. I love Airbnb. I absolutely love this company, and I don't think you're likely to see it really do some crazy stuff until the pandemic is over, or at least until the anticipation of the pandemic starts to build more. But it IPO'd at 141, and it ran all the way up to 216 bucks. Which is absolutely insane. Very consistent volume, which I do like to see a lot. It could be a good company, man. I don't mind it at all. And what I actually really like to see is that after we IPO'd at $140 or whatever, we were expecting an IPO at like 30 or 40, I think, and it didn't pull back down that low, which means people actually truly value the company that highly. So it's a good company. I don't mind it at all. And we're pretty closely approaching a buy zone. If we had to drop a ascending level of support, it would look something like this. So a good buy, probably around 180 bucks. I don't mind that at all. G-Man getting smashed. Hard to have those diamond hands. I better take a peek now. Oh, yeah. She's getting cooked. That's tough to see. It is hard to have diamond hands, my friend. It's tough. I really know it. I really know it. It was tough for me. I'll tell you what. You know, I know there are people out there playing with a lot more money than I am. But for me to lose that $30,000, the most frustrating thing in the world wasn't that I lost the money. It was that multiple people lost their money because of crooked, messed up market manipulation and crooked rules that only apply to us, the 99%, and not the 1%, which are allowed to do those things on a regular basis. It makes no sense. Reflex YSL, thank you for the comment, my friend. Trey, the growing rate on the channel is crazy. Good stuff, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Means a lot. I am a bot. Welcome again. They've been putting news up, buying more time, saying that they covered. How much do we believe that? Not at all. I don't believe that in the least bit. They've already said they covered. They already said they covered once, so I guess they covered twice. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. We're going to see if we can find this real quick. So short cover, or GME short cover. We're going to see if there's any articles. But I very highly doubt it happened. Traders look to squeeze silver next. Don't buy that. That's crap. I don't see it, but I'm going to look. I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. Thank you, my friend. AMC not looking all that great. AMC's been tough. Both GameStop and AMC is actually holding up better than GME is. This is why I think GME has greater risk involved than AMC does, because AMC has been holding pretty extremely well. I mean, we honestly we ended the day green. We ended the day green. That's not a loss, in my opinion. We ended the day green, and in the after hours, we are still just barely red. We're almost neutral, which isn't bad. I feel completely comfortable where we're at right now. Thank you for the donation, David. I do appreciate that very, very much. We'll answer 2 more questions, and I am going to call it for the live stream. Where can we learn about all these indicators you're mentioning? That is a great question, my friend. So I will actually plan on making a video solely for the indicators I use on Webull, but I do have a video on my channel directly discussing how to navigate Webull and how to use all of the indicators that I use. So it's about a half-hour long video. It is a little bit long, but it goes very into depth on how to use this platform, how to use all these different tools, including level 2s, the time and sales, how to activate, how to order trades, how to read the quotes, the charts, all the different tabs they have in here. It's a great video, so I recommend you check that out. Thank you for the donation, Addis. Man, I do appreciate you very much. How are you sure that AMC will not crash? I bought 185 at 13.18. Should I invest more? What the percent chance that I will go over 20? Love the channel. Thank you very much, my friend. Unfortunately, I cannot give you a percentage chance that this is going to go over 20, as that is an impossible thing to do with how absolutely volatile and insane the market is right now. But what I can tell you is I feel very comfortable in the fact, until I see other details and other information, that AMC is going to go up. We have short volume. It's there. We have short interest. It's there. We have the volume and the volatility. It's there. I want to look at the actual daily volume on this and see how high it was. And we saw a good amount of daily volume today. February 1st, a total of 415 million shares. Now, this is a little bit less than we saw in the past, but it's still high volume. Still trading higher than we've seen in the last 2 days, right? And if we zoom in here, it's very, very possible to see a nice push like this again. It's just stair-stepping, guys. We're stair-stepping. Look at this. Check this out. 1, 2, 3 days that we're setting higher lows and higher highs. I am 100% perfectly happy with the way that this is working out. Higher lows and higher highs. We continue to do that, and we're going to get back up to that $20 range. That's my hypothesis. I'll answer one more question, and we're going to call it here. Do you have a website or app to recommend for looking at charts? Great question. So the website that I personally enjoy a lot for looking at charts is both Webull and Ortex are very solid websites. In terms of screening for charts and screening for apps, or ticker symbols, I should say, I do like to use the NASDAQ Unusual Trading Volume. And he just pulls up right here for you. So track unusual stock trading volume on the NASDAQ. And this is a tool that I typically use to find stocks that I think are about to pop off. So I don't look for the top stocks on the top of the list. Like I'm not looking at Fubo, Alus, VIE. I look at the bottom. So BB, EFV, PCPL, DVAX. The stocks that are just barely starting to see an unusual push in volume, because this usually indicates that there could be an upcoming run. So for example, PCPL. If we pull that up, I know that I did cover that earlier today. This could be an upcoming stock just based on the slight push in volume that we saw. So if we look at this on the daily chart, you can see that the volume was pretty decent today. If we look at this on the 5-day chart, volume was up a little bit, right? And we saw a nice little push. The 15 MA just crossed over the 200 EMA. This could be the beginning of a nice run where you could get a good swing. This looks like a picture-perfect setup, guys, for getting in right before a huge run-up. And that's typically what I look for if I'm looking to predict a breakout and turn a quick swing. And that's my personal preference. 1.8K voters, not even 1K likes. Y'all should be ashamed. How is he in dark mode? Very easy to do. Come down here to the bottom left, click on the gear symbol on settings, and you just switch it right here. So this is bright mode, this is dark mode. And I just set it to this because it bugs people's eyes to have it on the white. I personally don't mind, but it doesn't matter either way. Whatever makes you guys happy, because I'm here for you. I'm not here for me. I'm here to do as much as I can to provide value to your lives. All right. That is what I'm going to do for the day today. I appreciate everybody that ended up coming out to the second stream for the day. I hope that you all enjoyed the content. I tried to give you the best up-to-date information that I could. I shared with you the information that I found on Twitter regarding the $1 price target by MarketWatch. Don't buy that. That's BS. Don't buy into it. I talked about the Robinhood situation, them covering $2.4 billion to help with their bankruptcy issue that they are likely going to be facing with customers leaving. We talked about the market manipulation happening, why we saw a stock price dropping, right? We know a lot of reasons behind that. We see the market manipulation. We see the short ladder attack. We see that the shorts are doubling down on their positions, and I tried my best to give you all the information that I could based on where we're sitting right now on this stock. So I am still going to hold. I will show you this again if you are just logging in to the stream. I am holding AMC with $2,400 of market value on Webull and another $2,500 of market value on Fidelity, which is in the process of being transferred, and I will not be selling any of it. In fact, I've got free stocks from Webull that I have sold to directly deposit into AMC, and you can see that happening right here, right? So I got gold, like $80 worth. I ended up buying $80 worth of AMC immediately after that. So that is my game plan, and I am sticking to it 100%. So I appreciate everybody here. It means a lot to me that you took the time to watch the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, my friends, and take it easy.